Um, Today's reflections is about how you digest truth. Very important. I think this is a very important point. How do you digest truth? Which means that you have got your truths, whatever truths you have, the broad truths in all subjects, and you have integrated them also. You have got what is usually called theory. It's not exactly theory. It's the truth, and you know it is true. You know also it's true. But then there is also a next step to kind of digest them, especially in the humanities, even in science. Yeah, even in science, because science concepts are even more crazy. Crazy means it's like not so intuitive, some concepts, and very subtle. Like science is very subtle. Do we realize that? We think science is just technical. Not at all. Not at all. And that's why people don't know science. Anyway, so scientific principles, humanistic principles, you have understood, you're a seeker, you have found your truth. But there is a time you have to spend to digest them, to process them, to make it personal. Really. Truths are not impersonal, they're personal. At the end of the day, the truths are for you. You have to see it. You have to feel normal about it. You have to feel very natural about it. You have to kind of make it personal. The more passionately personal the thinking, the clearer and the truer. Said Ayn Rand. Passionately personal in your thinking. When Russell said that, great passions drive your thinking. There is this line in Infosys, driven by values, powered by intellect. I like that. Some great man wrote that those two lines in an ad, maybe a writer. So these value centrism, personal centrism, is very important. When you do that, you will be able to see uh, everything personally. It has to be personal. When knowledge becomes personal, it is wonderful, but a long time is needed to process it because you're many reasons. First of all, if you don't digest it, it's not properly held. I believe it's not felt. You should spend a lot of time in feeling it, savoring it, enjoying it. Second reason is because if it's humanities and even in science, as I told, there'll be conditioning. A lot of conditioning will be there. It will be there. As a biologist, you can have. I know a biologist who didn't do that. I think who is amazing biologist. He's a scientific head. He has authored so many papers, but not that believing in God is wrong, but his belief is very glib, is very superficial. Then what's the point of his knowing biology? You understand what I'm trying to say? And that's why he didn't do remarkable research in biology. I think the people who do remarkable research are gone, are gone first-handedly somewhere. That is very important. So you can't be half about that. There is no half love. There is no half knowledge. There is no half heart. There is no half head. There is no half anything. But the world is half. That's another reason why you should be very careful. The world is half. You have to be 100%. How do you ensure all this? So much? How do you ensure all that? You can't do it on your own. Processing also can't be done on your own. Again, here also you have to take the drink from the great books, the resources. Can you imagine rediscovering the whole world? That is madness. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's true. Nobody can do it. What's the point? You won't be able to do it. Your life is very short anyway. Anyway, half your life is gone in all these bullshit things. Again, usually I'm telling to the young, especially, I'm a teacher, as an educator, I'm saying, you must read and savor and enjoy those books. Books are not, people say, no, academic, dry academics. No, 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 books are not that. Not just literature, not just fiction, even non fiction is very passionate, very personal, full of agony and ecstasy of discovery of knowledge. It's a wonderful thing. So, when you apply your principles, you'll apply correctly, you'll research correctly. Because the principles, application of principles and principles, there's a difference. There's a flavor when you apply principles. The principles are tested. Your knowledge of principles is tested in an application. That's where the whole divide comes. When your knowledge is personal to you, when it means a lot to you, your seeing means a lot to you, when you're passionate in that sense, when you're detached also, you're not attached in your pet pet self, your little self which wants it that way. You're not guided by wishes or fears. You don't exist. Sometimes they say you don't exist. You have to be impersonal. They say I'm telling you to be personal. I'm telling you to be impersonal, to be personal in a certain sense. You understand? That is so, knowledge is power when it becomes personal. You know, knowledge is personal. Knowledge is passionate. Knowledge has to be applied in particular places. A good example would be, you know, psychology, let's say, and you're trying to help somebody, heal somebody, or help somebody. Okay, you might know many things that you already know, but when you look at that person, you forget that for a while, and look at you'll come out with very new different things. You know, in terms of emphasis, in terms of flavor. Oh, so many things. Good psychologists know that. And psychology is the emerging discipline. Anyway, you do it. Even in physics, where you are very clear, let's say. If you apply it in some sense, you might get a new invention. I'm giving examples. In education, that's obvious. In the field of education, there are so many things you can do. I know my field. 100 things can be done. One thing is not done because of lack of this. The teachers are not personally passionate about their subject. They don't get excited about their subject. When they don't get excited, children look and then copy, and it becomes rote. This taking away, the sucking away the meaning from things, sucking away the beauty of things. This is what's happening in the whole world. The whole world is dying because they're dying, not applying intellectually. Even people who are passionate, who are passionate also, you know. And another reason why you should get personal, you should be in the arena is, if you're not getting personal, what's the use of your knowledge? Also, I think, what's the use of your knowing if you're only sitting at home? You should be in the arena. Then you'll find meaning there. Anyway, these are the few reflections. Knowledge is personal.